Yo, what's going on? Blackish University. It's your boy B coming at you with another reaction. I wanted to check out somebody a bit different here. And really, I don't know what I think of this artist yet. I'm a student of hip hop. We created this channel to really just explore, the long name for this channel is Modern Day Griots. Griot was someone back in the day, it stemmed from Africa, where they would pass down oral traditions, oral history. They'd let you know, let the next generation know about problems and ways to move throughout this world, especially before there was a written communication. And we're looking to find artists that bring something new to the conversation, right? I love hip hop. I've loved hip hop most of my life, but I also like spoken word. I like things that are poetic, even movie clips, right? So this channel is to bring really just knowledge, share knowledge, hopefully get a different perspective on some of this music. And it's actually my 13-year-old that put me on Joyner Lucas, and he said that he's worked with Logic. He showed me a quick clip, and I was like, "Yo, I think it was that one or with Eminem." And we saw a quick clip, and it looked like dude was spitting it in Spanish, and I was like, "Man, I wonder if he's biracial too." I'm mixed. I'm black and Mexican. It's along the black, but from the Cape Verdean Islands on the west coast of Africa is where my mom's people are from. But my dad was all Mexican. I didn't really know that side of my family too well. But I love seeing somebody bring something different. I was like, yo, I got to check this cat out. I'm not going to lie. I looked at one of his new songs and I just wasn't impressed. I expect somebody to bring something so new to the table, and it was more of a club hit. But I got to, I like that too, though, because just because you're one thing, you don't have to be in this box. You're not just a conscious rapper, right? I think people think about, old rappers like Common, right? I don't know if I want to check out Common. He's always trying to spit too much knowledge, right? Or Black Thoughts, always telling me stuff I got to Google. But I don't know about this cat, Joyner Lucas, so I wanted to give him another shot. This video has mad views, 147 million views, and it's called "I'm Not Racist." So I feel like I'm late to the game checking this out, but better late than never. I'm on the hunt for new music, somebody new who's bringing something positive that I could check out, and I'm a little confused because I see on the if you see I just saw a video from him. He looked like a black Puerto Rican dude. He's got this white dude with this "Make America Great." He got the Donald Trump hat on. And I'm just like, oh, great. I could already tell who the racist is. But, without further ado, let's get it and see what this video is about. I assume it's a song, right? Now, let's check it out. Let's get to it.
With all due respect, I don't have pity for you black niggas. That's the way I feel.
Whoa,
Screaming Black Lives.
whoa, bro. Did this man just use the hard ER? Yo, what type of video is this? I'm not racist. You sound racist at a mofo, man.
Screaming Black Lives Matter. All the black guys rather be deadbeats than pay your bills. Yelling nigga this and nigga that.
Yo, I don't know if I've done a reaction and felt this uncomfortable starting to do a reaction. I'm sure there's something to this, but that's Joyner's voice, is it not? I'm pretty sure. I wish I could jump back to the last video, but it sounds like him. I can't believe this is this. Oh wait, I just saw. Is that Joyner? All right, let's just let it ride a little bit.
Deadbeats and pay your bills. Yelling nigga this and nigga that. Call everybody nigga and get a nigga mad. As soon as I say nigga, then everyone react and want to swing at me and call me racist because I ain't black.
Whoa, bro. Damn, now I see why this got 150 million views damn near. Like, yo, I don't know if, it's kind of, it's very, I'm almost speechless, man. I don't know how to take this and what he's saying. I don't know if this is an artist or if he's just an actor or what. But man, what is he saying, right? And I actually did a paper recently about use of the word nigger, right? And like, we nigga, it's I identify as black. I grew up that way. I'm from the inner city of Chicago. Yo, it's all like, what up, fam? Yo, what up, big? Yo, chilling, bro. But I always let people know, and I had to do this a few times, especially with my Latino friends, bro, because I grew up in there was a predominantly Puerto Rican area in Chicago called Humboldt Park, and I grew up there, and it's not uncommon for people to be like, "Yo, what up, nigga?" And I never thought twice about it until I educated myself and started pursuing my bachelor's degree. I was at Northern Illinois University, and it started making me uncomfortable, and I had to stop using the word. But I stopped using it because I thought it was giving people felt like they had a pass. And a lot of people might not know that I'm black. Maybe they thought I was Spanish or thought I was something, but they thought it would be cool to just be like, and I hate when people say it, man, I know I'm getting off topic here. I'll get back to the video. I hate people that say it when they think they're if they're too comfortable saying it because they think they somehow have a pass. So, it's always like, oh, my baby daddy's cousin's black. It's like, bro, I don't care if your auntie, sister, baby, I don't care, bro. And if you know how many black people in your life, like they say, you're probably part of the problem, But just shout out to it. I know the word means something different to our people, and we've earned that right because of our ancestors and everything they had to live through to own that. I just hate when other groups come because it's like, yo, man, as black people, it's like we own so little in this world and that we helped build, in this country that we helped build. We own so little. We didn't even get reservations like the Native American Indians got. That's one of the few things that we own that we've used almost like, like girls be like, oh, that's just my bitch. I know it's a little bit different. But just because your people were oppressed in a different way, it doesn't give you a pass if you're Mexican or Puerto Rican to just be dropping nigga. You can't do it. It makes us feel uncomfortable, and one of these days you're gonna get checked. And I let my kids know too, because my kids are now mixed and they're diluted more with Puerto Rican, Mexican. I got different kids out there. Shout out to the dudes that know what I'm talking about. I look at the kids and it's like, watch your mouth, bro. You got to know what part to bleep out, because if you have to show a picture of your dad and be like, look, I'm part black. Look, then you're doing too much. If you don't know if the word's for you, it's probably not. But I'll get right back to it.
Nigga, then everyone react and want to swing at me and call me racist because I ain't black.
Oh, you in?
Clown that then. Talking about slavery like you was around back then. Like you was picking cotton off the fucking ground back then.
Whoa,
like you was on the...
Whoa. Damn, this is gonna be a long video. I'm glad I found this. Where have I been? It's like I've worked. I used to own a marketing company. I worked my butt off for more than a decade before I could kind of take an early retirement there. But where have I been that I haven't heard this? And now I see why. I imagine the comment section is probably lit than a lit like after midnight in my house. But man, that always gets me mad because you do hear that. And I've been one of those people that have heard that argument where, you try to check someone and it's like, yo, bro, you're making me a little uncomfortable, bro. You gotta stop dropping these M-bombs, bro. They'd be like, nigga, I'd be like, yo, bro. And they'd be like, yo, you getting mad. And I got some white friends, especially his one, my mechanic. This dude just be dropping it. It's not just in a song. And then when I try to check him, he's like, bro, my people, I didn't do anything. I didn't own slaves. I could say it. You say it. It's not like you were, you picking cotton yourself. It's like, bro, like you're legitimately trying to justify a white dude using nigga around a black dude. Like, are we really doing this right now? Because we can really do this. And I feel like, especially when you're a person that doesn't look or like a dude like this guy, it's so important to speak up when you're around people that are doing it. Because like I said, I'm multiracial, but I have a lot of white friends. I got Asian friends. I got Indian friends. It's important to bring it up because they think they're around somebody that they can be themselves. So it's like, yo, if you drop a nigga around me, I hate to hear the things if I were a fly on the wall when you're in private or around people that look and feel only like you. Yeah, I might not have been on a cotton plantation or sugar. I might not have been on a plantation myself, but we're not that far removed from slavery. I have my uncle who helped raise me. I didn't have a father figure really in my life. My uncle was from Mississippi, and man, he told me some stories about. He was born in 1941, coming up in Mississippi. You got some stories about. So it's not necessarily just being on the plantation. Slavery affected our generations of people that don't know anything about their ancestors. They don't even know their last name. They don't know about the beauty and the intelligence of Africa. They don't know their own history. So, yeah, we might not have been picking cotton, but there's a lot of other ways that racism affect our people today, and that there's probably some things that you benefit from. In fact, I'm sure there are things that you benefit from as a white man. I'm not blaming you because you're white, but I'm saying that you don't understand the fight from even someone today. Like, that, I'm looked at differently despite my education, despite what I bring to the table because of the color of my skin, not the content of my character. That's why we're so upset. The police have slapped and punched me before when I asked to speak to a supervisor. That might not happen to you. You might not be aware of that life. But I'm going off topic, but I'm 27 seconds into this video, and it's already got me, I feel like, taking off my sweater. Like, they're really interested to see where this goes. As I was kind of fast looking to see what's next. I see there's a black dude there that looks like he's talking to in his face, which is also super disrespectful. Like, I'm known to be calm, cool, and collected, but I always think of what Malcolm X said. He said, "You want peace? We'll be peaceful. But if you lay your hands on one of our guys, we'll make sure you never lay your hands on another person again." I love that mentality because, like, Martin Luther King never mentioned stuff like that, but Malcolm X would say, like, I'm all about it, but sometimes peaceful protest is not the way to go. And let me get back to the video.
Plantation getting down back then.
Look at dude just like, all right, bro, watch yourself.
I see a black man aiming his gun, but I'd rather see a black man claiming his son. And I don't mean just for one day and you're done. I mean, you're still trapped in a rut. I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what?
Oh, my God. For those who aren't black or people of color, or I'm sure maybe if you're not, you already know this stereotype. But people say that black people don't have fathers, right? We don't know who our dads are, and even when we do, they're not active and supportive in our life. And that's the I know, and I've referenced this before. Like, the stats aren't there. I get it, but you got to understand that there's a system that's been in place that's been destroying black households. It's not, a lot of times it's not just that the dad doesn't want to be there. There's a lot of the approach to managing crime has a lot of times just disproportionately affected the black community, and it's removed a lot of fathers for petty crimes, a lot of times for simple drug crimes. But one can argue that there's been a system that's been just attacking black families. Going back, I'll get back to the video. Maybe this is worth another video in itself. But there's actual data where you can track that couples were given incentives. They were incentivized in the form of benefits, government benefits, if the man wasn't in the home. So there's a lot at play there. But man, there's a lot of great fathers. I love my children. And I love spending time with my children, and I think there's a lot of black fathers out there that do, and we need to see more of that. I hate seeing videos where it's always the weekend dad, right? It's always the dad that picks him up Saturday morning, drops him off Sunday afternoon, and it's like, I had him for the weekend. Like, did you, bro? Did you? That looks like it's been about 28 hours. I don't know, man. There's some truth to it, right? Just like with most stereotypes, there's some truth to it, but It's unfortunate that we can be portrayed that way. Let's bring it back a few seconds and get back to
But one day you done, I mean, you still trapped in a rut. I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what? So you can keep living on free government assistance, food stamps for your children, but you still trying to sell them for some weed and some liquor or a fucking babysitter while you party on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals?
Ooh.
You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait.
Yo.
You on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals? You done, I mean, you still trapped in a rut. I work my ass off and pay my taxes for what? So you can keep living on free government assistance?
Yo, that's another stereotype, right? And I haven't checked these facts in a while, but last time I checked, there were more white Americans that were on government assistance than black Americans. And that was factual. This was something that I was working on. I do some articles and papers on the side. I do some work with Northern Illinois University. But last I checked, it wasn't just black Americans that are on government assistance. You have these metro areas of the country, but in between these metro areas, the New York metro area, Philly, the East Coast, Florida, Illinois, and then the West Coast with California, and in between that, there's a whole lot of rural space, and the people within that rural space, a lot of times they're just uneducated, kind of just really minimal income, but their quality of life is very different than it is in metro areas. So if you see Chicago, New York, I get it. I get why people say, man, all black people are on public aid, right? But no, there's a lot of people in between there and a lot of white people that government assistance helps. So I just wanted to reference that.
This food stands for your children, but you still trying to sell them for some weed and some liquor or a fucking babysitter while you party on the road cause you ain't got no fucking goals? You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait. It's like you try to be fake, but you lazy as...
Yo, you're not going to be walking... Personally, I hate that. When somebody stands over me in an argument or they walk up and they're just like... It's like, yo, bro, can you back up a minute there? I hate that. It's like somebody, you're not just talking shit, but now you're in my space. It's like you're provoking me. And, one could argue I might feel threatened when you walk behind me and it was purely self-defense if I had to strike you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like this. You're wearing a Make America Great Again hat. You're walking up behind me after you just already bashed the community. I don't know, man. We might have to stand up and square up.
It's fuck. And you rather sell drugs and get a job and be straight, and then you turn around and complain about the poverty rate. Fuck out of my face.
Yo.
You can't escape problems.
And and a lot of people reference that as well, right? You hear that even about Puerto Ricans and Mexico. They don't say it about Mexicans, right? You don't ever call a Mexican hardworking. Those are fighting words for real. One can argue like whatever you don't like about Mexicans, you can never say that they're not hardworking. But I hear that a lot about the Puerto Rican community. A lot of people are like, man, Puerto Rican dudes, they don't ever work. They don't ever keep a job. They just bounce from, minimum wage to minimum wage. But in the black community, one can create an argument that there's a lot of people that want to work, but they're not given the opportunity. And we get that all the time. I've became friends with people that I've worked with more at the corporate level, and we get cool and we're at a Christmas party and we're all joking and drinking, and they're like, Brandon, my real name is Brandon. Everybody calls me B. They're like, man, Brandon, when we did our interview over the phone, we thought you were some short white guy, and you come in and you're over 6 feet tall, you're over 300 pounds, and we did not know what to expect. But man, we love the contributions you're bringing to the company and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, because you know what? I wonder how it would have been if there was no phone interview. What would have happened if I had an interview scheduled? And, I'm 6'1", probably 340 pounds easily. I'm a big guy. A lot of people are intimidated. They're intimidated when they see someone that is bald, or someone that's lined up, or someone that has a beard, someone that doesn't have, look at his hairstyle, right? if it's not like yours, they just approach that like, I don't know if he'd fit in with the culture, right? And we get that a lot. Back in more of my corporate days, I was involved with DEI committees. For those that don't know, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. And a lot of times, people are talking and they're like, well, I don't know. I think we do a good job hiring blacks. And I'm just like, bro, just the way that you're phrasing that, like blacks or colored people, like it shouldn't be about that. There should just be equal opportunity. I'm not talking about affirmative action. I'm not talking about hiring black people and having a quota for the number of black people within your organization. I just think that it should be an even playing field, and you shouldn't look at somebody because of their hairstyle or their nails or their style, but you should look at the education and what they bring to the table. A lot of people have told me my whole life, like, oh man, you're not what we expected. I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, oh, you're really well spoken. I'm like, what? Well spoken for what? Well spoken for what? Because I'm an inner city Chicago guy. I can't be able to articulate my words. I can't, put sentence structure together or break down lyrics or whatever it might be. Like, it's just something, again, I love music like this. And man, this is completely different from the song I just heard from Joyner. There was like hoes. There were hoes dancing on, like, it looked like a Wrangler, and it was like a club beat. And I was like, man, I thought this dude brought something more to the table. This is sick. I don't know that I've ever seen something like this, formatted like this. This is just bringing something completely new to the table. And more importantly, it's getting the dialogue going, right? I think there's a lot of similarities between, I got a lot of white friends. I got a lot of black friends. I got a lot of Spanish friends, Indian friends. And there's so many similarities there. And you have to think, like, what is it that's pushing us apart? Are the stories from our parents? Is it stereotypes? Is it music? Like, we're much more similar than we think.
You can pray for some change, but can't break a dollar. Got nobody else to blame. Break the fuck out of my face.
Whoa.
Go on, fucking babysitter while you party on the road, cause you ain't got no fucking goals. You already late. You motherfuckers need to get your damn priorities straight. Wait. It's like you try to be fake, but you lazy as fuck. And you rather sell drugs and get a job and be straight, and then you turn around and complain about the poverty rate. Fuck out of my face.
No, you
can't escape problems.
Yo, you quit putting your hands in my face. That's rule number one. Because you're looking like you can't hold your own in a little, let's get the slap box in. This man looking a little thick, right? Looking like you can't just throw some balls. Dude looking like he might whoop your ass, bro. You keep talking like that. I fear for your safety, bro.
You can pray for some change, but can't break a dollar. Got nobody else to blame, so you blame Donald. You fuck the world with a Make America Great condom.
Yo.
My boy's been back. I'm not racist. My sister's boyfriend's black. I'm not racist. My sister-in-law's baby cousin Tracy got a brother and his girlfriend's black.
That's what they all say.
My head's in the cloud.
Bro, that's like the first sign of a racist, right? Oh, no, I'm not that. You got a black friend. In fact, you're it. They want to reference someone black. Like, oh, no, I work with a lot of black guys. They think I'm cool. Like, what, so you think you got a pass now to say stupid ass shit? I'm not, one thing I always tell people is don't hate Donald Trump because he's a old white man with racist tendencies. I don't hate him because of that. I hate him for the ignorant things that he says. There's some policies that are very close to Obama administration policies, right? Or currently Joe Biden administration policies. I don't think Donald Trump is, he's just not somebody you should just fear because everything he does is bad. But the image and what you think of when you hear of Trump, you think of people that say stuff like this, and it's actually kind of ignorant. It's a way of manipulating people that they're actually vulnerable. And it's funny because most of the people that are manipulated, they think they know the truth. They think they're woke. They think they're awakened, right? But they're normally probably just listening to Fox News, or they just have that, they're in a bubble with people that look and feel the way that they feel. so they don't get another perspective. And let's be honest, there's some Democrats that are like that too. I don't consider myself a Republican or a Democrat. I consider myself a common sense independent, right? No, let's look at the policies that make sense. Let's take advantage of in areas where we can. Should we do Make America First? Yeah. Let's take care of our veterans. Let's take care of our police force and our nurses before we send money overseas. Of course. But I think there's a way to phrase things where you can't just be the president of one, right? You have to be inclusive, and you have to make moves to try to be inclusive, even though you already have your base. But that could be a whole other topic. We're already kind of 7 minutes in on this. Oh no, we're 25 minutes in on this. But let's get right back to it.
There's not enough jobs for all the men in your house. Maybe we should build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. And maybe we should send them all to the ghetto for now.
I hate breaking down every lyric, but that's just another stereotype, right? A lot of people say black people aren't working because the Mexicans are taking the jobs. There's a lot more at play than that. Mexicans are hard workers, but they're normally going, not all Mexicans, right, but people that are coming in the country illegally, they're not always going after these bare minimum jobs. And who's to say that those are the only jobs that black people can get either, right? Just something that, building a wall, that's probably not the, you don't want to just section yourself off because we need other countries. What's our export, right? Our biggest export, one would argue, is our culture. I don't know many products that are coming out of the U.S. anymore. Hopefully we do change that, but let's get back to it.
Men in your house, maybe we should build a wall to keep the Mexicans out. Or maybe we should send them all to the ghetto for now. I'm not racist. And I never lie, but I think there's a disconnect between your culture and mine. I worship the Einsteins, studying Steve Jobs, but you ride Tupac's dick like he was a fucking god. Oh my God.
Yo.
And all you care about...
Bro, it's hard. It's like I feel like I know this guy, or I have to say something because, it's not Tupac's song. It's like, if I'm not mistaken, Tupac really he only had a few years. Like his time in the spotlight was from 1992, and if I'm not mistaken, to like 1996. And again those dates might be a bit off, but it's not his lyrics. It's that he was fighting. Tupac was fighting the fight before it was ever cool to be woke, right? It was, if I'm not mistaken, I think I read that Tupac's mom was an activist and part of the Black Panther Party. So she was already giving him knowledge that made him a bit different. But his approach, I think it's important to know that, and Joyner Lucas might be kind of referencing this too. I was just saying, I just saw a Joyner song and he's just over there, talking about money, hoes, and rims again. But, somebody who understands hip hop culture knows that people appreciate authenticity, right? You're not going to just look at someone who's only telling you how to change and what to change, but you have to be relatable as well. And Tupac was excellent at that. He'd do something for the culture, but he'd drop in little facts that kind of get you thinking about the movement, understanding how the world is, talking about police brutality or violence in the hood. So it's not that Tupac, and I don't know if he said Tupac and Biggie, it's not that we don't reference the Teslas and the Einsteins, but it's part of it too is that we don't learn about a lot of black leaders or community leaders or world leaders in school, right? We know everything about Christopher Columbus, and we know everything about Amerigo Vespucci, or different, but have you ever heard of, Mansa Musa? The wealthiest guy in the world that was from Africa? Have you heard that, in Africa, that Timbuktu, and it had one of the largest libraries ever in the world, right? This is something where we don't hear a lot about that. So it's not that we only reference Tupac. It's just a lot of times you're not giving people the information about their own people, so that we have people that we can reference, right? Like, look at you can look at, maybe we'll do a video of the making of what was it, Mammy Pleasant. It was a lady who they say she was born as a slave, but she was using her position, working as a cook, I believe, to hear investing tips and just, kind of always ear hustling, right? And she had like a salary, I think it was only a couple $100s a month, but she started investing. I don't know if it was real estate or laundromats. And again, this is something you just never hear of in history. And she became a multi-millionaire. Some would argue that in today's world, she would be a billionaire. And this is somebody who's self-made, somebody who might have been born a slave. And best case scenario, she was born free, but still lacked any power in the world. So these are stories that we need to hear about, that we can reference, just like you might reference a Tesla or an Einstein. What's her name? Madam Walker, who she's also says one of the first female black multimillionaires. And I believe, I don't know exactly the product, but she created a hair product. And if I'm not mistaken, she was doing a lot of door-to-door sales. And she just built her empire. And if I'm not mistaken, her products are still used today. I think there were like straighteners and different things that she did. But being an entrepreneur is hard enough as it is. I know I've done that before. I've tried to start a few different companies, and some were successful, some weren't. But when you're a person of color, you don't start at the start line, right? You're always a few feet back. You have to prove yourself. You have to earn respect. And then you're at a place where people might have already been getting ahead in the world. And now you have to just be above average to pass them and make a good living for yourself. And I can only imagine what that would have been like in the 1800s or early 1900s. So again, we're not just referencing Tupac, but Tupac is one of the few people that you gave us where we know his story, we understand his fight. So just it's important to think about that. And when we talk about what's being taught in schools, a lot of people say, man, critical race theory, I don't want people thinking that my white kid is responsible for the problems in the world today. And it's like, you don't want your kid to feel uncomfortable in school? Is that what you're saying? People will look at him differently? I'm going to bring it back a few seconds here. Let's finish it out here.
I worship the Einsteins, studied the Steve Jobs, but you ride Tupac's dick like he was a fucking god. Oh my god! And all you care about is rapping and stunting and being ratchet, and that's the nigga within you. Music right in your brain and slowly start to convince you. Then you let your kids listen, and then the cycle continues. Blame it all on the menu, blame it on those drinks, blame it on everybody except for your own race. Blame it on white privileges, blame it on white kids, and just blame it on white citizens. Aim at the vice president.
Damn. I know it's Joyner Lucas, actually, and this guy's just doing like a, not a voiceover, but like a impression of him. What's the word I'm thinking of? Like mimicking, or right? He's just like Milli Vanilli style, for the old cats that don't. Old cats get the reference, but man, he's saying a lot there. He's saying blame it on white privileges, blame it on white. You blame it on everybody but yourself, and yeah, I do have to say that there's some truth, right? Not to give him too much credit, but there is some truth. I know a lot of times there's problems in our community, and yeah, I know we don't always peacefully protest. Sometimes we riot and we loot, right? And one can argue that we do blame people. There's definitely a lot of people that feel like they need to play the victim, and they're not. It's like, yeah, you might not be able to get a job because of X, Y, Z. We're quick to say racism, discrimination, but we also don't say, why are you dressed that way? Why did you dress that way when you approach the interview? Why do you speak that way? And yeah, we shouldn't have to do that, right? But there's a lot of contributing factors that go into this cycle that we're stuck in. Right. So there's a lot of factors, and yeah, I'll give them that. That sometimes we do have a bigger part in it. That we have to. Yes, the world is jacked up. Yes, there's discrimination. Yes, there's all these problems within the black community, but we also have problems within the black community, right? We have problems ourselves that aren't attributed to racism, discrimination. These are problems that we bring about ourselves. So let's get back to it.
White kids just blaming on white citizens, aim at the vice president. Bunch of class clowns. Niggas kneeling on the field, that's a flag down. How dare you try to make demands for this money? You gonna show us some respect. You gonna stand for this country, nigga.
Yo, that's the hard ER, bro. That's the no-no.
For this type of war. I heard Eminem's rap at the awards. Who's he fighting for? Y'all can take that motherfucker too. He ain't white no more.
Yo, shout out Eminem, bro, because I think Eminem has always felt like he had something to prove, and I'm glad he made a choice. And again, I'm not Republican or Democrat, but this last administration, there was just so much negativity that I had to just like Donald Trump, you're a great reality show star. And I even love the hate that you bring to the game. I love it. I'm going for hater of the year, But, man, some of the policies and just the interaction, your bedside manner, right, is what was crazy. But, he's dropping the hard ER. That's a big no-no, bro.
It's like you want to be so famous. You'll do anything for attention and a little payment. I can't take you nowhere without people pointing fingers. Pants hanging off your ass. You ain't got no home training. Put your fucking pants up, nigga. Put that suit back on. Take that do-rag off. Take that gun out your mouth. Quit the pitiful stuff. And then maybe police will stop killing you. Fuck you. What the fuck? I'm not racist.
Oh, bro. You don't talk about the police killing us. And, okay, I give you that, right? That we all, I wrote a paper before that said that, hood authenticity has become black identity, and it's getting young black men killed, right? There's this thing in the hood about being real. I gotta be real. You wear a polo, you wear khakis, you can mess around and get roasted, right? You mess around and come out with the wrong thing on. People be like, bro, what are you, bro? What, you work at Kinko's, bro? Look at you, bro. Just treat your life, right? But from a white perspective, right? They're saying that, hey, you don't want to get shot by the cops. Stop all dressing like the top 3 rappers of the time, wearing your pants down, got your ass out, do-rags, being hood, and you act hood with the cops, and they're not playing it, right? And they're here to supposedly serve and protect. They're killing us because of that. I don't really buy that argument. I'm sure there's definitely there's true parts to that. We can definitely do a better job. I've actually created a video originally of things that I was doing with the kids. Like, when the police pull you over, it doesn't do any good to have an attitude, bro. It doesn't do any good to stop. Don't try to front, and you don't got to prove that you're real and you're this. When the cop comes up, have your license and registration ready. Turn on the interior lights, lower all the windows, let them know there's not a threat there. And I know they have to do things differently as well, but the only thing we can do is do our part. So, just hopefully if you don't take anything more away from this video, you at least take that away, and hopefully it saves someone's life.
It's like we're living in the same building but split into 2 floors. I'm not racist, but there's 2 sides to every story. I wish that I knew yours.
Yo, is it Dude's turn? Is he about to spit? I wonder if he's an actual artist or if it's actually Joyner and Lucas as well.
Not racist.
I don't know. The kid never saw him. Could just be an actor, I guess. It would make sense.
With all disrespect, I don't really like you white motherfuckers. That's just where I'm at.
I knew he was going to
All Lives Matter is a protest to my protest. What kind of shit is that? And that's
right.
No war, you'll never win. The power in the word nigga is a different sin. We shouldn't say it, but we do, and that's just what it is. But that don't mean that you can say it just because you got nigga friends.
For real.
Nigga.
Right.
That word was originated for you to keep us under. And when we use it, we know that's just how we greet each other. And when you use it, we know there's a double meaning under.
Exactly,
and even if I wasn't picking cotton physically, that don't mean I'm not infected by the history. My grandmama was a slave. That shit gets to me, and you ain't got no motherfucking sympathy, you pussy nigga.
Looking real different, but you were walking around old boy too, right? But slapping his hat off. I was like, you better be rolling your little eyes, bro. He could have went upside your head, bro. You said a lot of stuff But man, shout out. I guess they're both Joyner Lucas, but shout out to dude was saying though. It's like that's exactly how we feel. He said it great with just like 3 bars there. It's not that it's not the meaning to me. It's not even the hard even though that's the big no. It's the fact that you shouldn't. We understand that we're just greeting each other. Anybody who's black knows it doesn't. It's just not a meeting. It's just like fam, right? What up, fam? Yo, what up, Nick? Yo. But then a minute a white person says it, it's just like you got to think like how what's the context, right? Like how you it's a slippery slope. You just shouldn't do it. But and like he said before, it's not that we were there. It's not that we were picking cotton, right? It's not even that my grandma was. It's the fact that there's still a institutional racism, systemic racism. There's still things that we struggle with that we shouldn't have to. The world is very different when you're black and when you're white, and it's just understanding and realizing that there's a gap there, and there's a lot of history there, and it's not going to be solved. It's not going to be helped by you using the word nigga. It's not going to be helped by us using the word either. But regardless, it's not something that's debatable. You can't say it. Period.
I'm sorry, you can never feel my life. Trying to have faith, but I never felt alright. It's hard to elevate when this country's ran by whites, judging me by my skin color and my blackness. Trying to find a job and ain't nobody call me back yet. Now I gotta sell drugs and put food in my cabinet. You crackers ain't slick, this is all a part of your tactics. Don't talk about no motherfucking taxes when I ain't making no dough. You think?
Yo, right? And listen to what he's saying. It's important to understand, and I know a lot of people would say, well, okay, if you're dressed like this kid, let's bring it back so we can see him here. If you're dressed like this and you got a hairstyle like this, you're not going to get a job, right? Look at the way he's dressed. Even he's not going to work, right? He's still got a nice collar shirt on. He's still holding himself well. Yeah, but you got to understand that there's culture. There's not, with any other race, we're not judged by the few. But, it's something where, his hairstyle, this is, it's black culture. The hair, the texture is different. You have to do different things with your hair to make it manageable. Not everyone loves braids, but, I got a daughter who's mixed too. We have to braid her hair every night or the next day when you go try to comb it, it is jacked, And my daughter's mixed. She's also mixed with Jamaican. Her mom was actually black and white. It's just something where that's an argument that a lot of people have. Well, look at the way you look when you come. Well, look at the way you look. Nobody's judging your beard, right? Or your haircut, or, but you're judging me because I can't do my hair like you do your hair. Not everyone has that opportunity. And let's be honest, in our neighborhoods, the style is different. As minorities, we got style. We move a little bit different. Right? Even when I dress up, it might be a little fancy. I got the Stacey Adams on. I got cool suspenders. It's just a little different style to what we bring to the table. And let's be honest, it's probably what you love about us, because I know outside of black culture, there's a whole lot of neighborhoods trying to look like us, dress like us, sound like us. But it's very tough getting a job when you walk in somewhere and the place is dominated by people that aren't white, that aren't minorities, because they're judging you right away. Like, look at this black dude. I would probably he's going no call, no show. He probably got baby mama drama. There's just too much going on with that. Let's just look for someone that's a better fit for the culture, right? The work culture can vibe with everyone. There's a lot of things that are said that behind closed doors, and when you get older and you understand what those are, it makes you think about what he's saying here. There's some level of truth, but
back yet. Now I gotta sell drugs and put food in my cabinet. You crackers ain't slick, this is all a part of your tactics. Don't talk about no motherfucking taxes when I ain't making no dough. You think you know everything, but you don't. You wanna copy our slang and everything that we know. Trying to steal black culture and make it your own. Whoa.
Yo,
fuck, I'm exhausted.
Shout out to
I can't even drive without the cops trying to start shit. I'm tired of this systematic racism bullshit. All you do is false shit. This the shit that I'm false with. And you don't know shit about my people. That's what bothers you. You don't know about no fried chicken and no barbecue. Woo! You don't know about the two-step or no loose change. You don't know about no 2 chains or no Kool-Aid. You don't know.
You don't know that, bro.
Barack was half as black. You hated President Obama. I know that.
Hey, yo, if you making Kool-Aid and following the instructions, you ain't with it, bro. This is a little special. I'm mixing flavors. I'm adding extra sugar. There's a method, right?
And even though Barack was half as black, you hated President Obama. I know that's a fact. You couldn't wait to get him out and put a cracker back, and then you gave us Donald Trump, and that was payback for that. I'm not racist. I never lied, but I noticed a disconnect between your culture and mine. Yeah, I praised Tupac like he was a fucking god. He was fighting for his life way before he fucking died, nigga. Die, nigga. And all you care about is money and power and being ugly, and that's the cracker with hatred on me.
Yo, I love how we got a little low-key roast in there. Like, oh, yo, all you care about is money, power, and being ugly. Bro, come on.
God, he was fighting for his life way before he fucking died, nigga. Die, nigga. And all you care about is money and power and being ugly. And that's the cracker within you. Hatred all in your brain and slowly start to convince you. And you teach it to your children until the cycle continue. Blame it on Puerto Rico, blame it on OJ, blame it on everybody except for your own race. Blame it on black niggas and blame it on black citizens. Aim at the black businesses. I ain't saying I'm innocent, but I might be any day now. Treating everybody how you want, in any way how. I swear North Korea about to bomb us any day now. Now I'm ducking every time I hear a fucking plane now. You know I make a lot of sense, but you just can't admit it. When Eminem went against Trump, that was the illest. Cause even though he's white, he let us know he's standing with us. I'm not racist, but I cry a lot. You don't know what it's like to be in a frying pot. You don't know what it's like to mind your business and get stopped by the cops. And I know if you about to die or not. You worry about your life, so you take mine. I love you, but I fucking hate you at the same time.
Yo, and shout out to, like, that's just a feeling that nobody else will understand. Seeing those lights in your rearview mirror and just not understanding, like, who it is, what state of mind he's in, what type of drama he's involved with. It's just, you'll never understand that. Just being a black person pulled over, I don't care if there's nothing in your car and you're driving completely legal. You get worried, you get nervous, especially if you got kids out there that are driving. But, you know, I make sure that my cell phone is in place in case I have to start recording at any time. But I also don't want to make any sudden moves, right? I'm like, damn, my wallet is at home, or my wallet's inside my blazer. My insurance card is on my phone, but I don't want to reach too quick because it might look like I'm stashing something or grabbing. Like, you're going through all these things, and then when they reach up or when they come up to the window, you see their hand on the pistol, and you're just like freezing and just not knowing what to do. And a lot of times, you know, what do you hear the officer say? Oh, you look nervous. So you guys got something in the car? Can I search the vehicle? And it's like, no, I'm nervous because you just shot 3 people earlier this year that look like me for no apparent reason. There was there was a spoken word, something I reacted to. And he was like, no, because I'm grabbing my 38 revolver iPhone, right? I'm grabbing this 45, this wallet. That's what it is to you, right? If you're nervous, I'm nervous, and we're both looking at each other, and it's unfortunate. And I referenced this before, and I'll wrap it up really quick, but there was a time when I called the cops on a really bad DUI thing where multiple cars were involved. And I got taken out of my car, thrown on the floor. I was there probably an hour. When I did get back to my car, because this little Asian American cop kind of gave me my credentials back and let me go, I got to my car and my seats were cut open. And, you know, it's just like you turn around and look, and a lot of my white friends, you know, as DEI committees, I would tell them this, like, you don't understand the interaction between police and us. And a lot of people say the same thing. Why didn't you ask for a supervisor? They can't deny your right to a supervisor or the, what do they say, sergeant on shift, or there's so many different words that they use.
I wish we could trade shoes and we could change lives so we can understand each other more, but that'll take time. I'm not racist. It's like we living in the same building but split into both sides. I'm not racist. But there's 2 sides to every story, and now you know mine. Can't erase the scars with a bandage. Hoping maybe we can come to an understanding. Agree to disagree, we can have an understanding. I'm not racist.
I don't know if I'd be so cool. I'd be like, yo, we cool and all, but you know you can't say that, right? Like, you still got to get checked. We might be shaking hands, but man, shout out to them. I don't know who they are, if they're just random actors or if there was any acknowledged, any where they came from. But man, it looked like as if they were speaking, right? At first, when I saw that, I was like, yo, what type of video Joyner got me watching, bro? Yo, that's deep. And anything that gets the conversation going, right? Because, one thing that I've seen, I've been lucky enough to be part of, my black community, Spanish, Indian community, and even seeing more of the corporate world during my younger days. And, it's really interesting. There's a lot of stereotypes and there's a lot of stuff that people hear that they just automatically assume is true. And they truly have no idea. They have no clue, but they've heard it, so right, it must be true, right? Like, in Chicago, one thing we always say about the West Side is there's no grass on the West Side. There's a lot of abandoned lots. There's a lot of dirt lots. There's a lot of, there's a lot of abandoned buildings and stuff like that. But there is grass. I've had people say that. They're like, yo, the West Side, there's no grass, right? How is that? Like, bro, are you being real? That's how I know you've never stepped foot in Chicago, right? Like, there's no grass. Like, what do you think people are barbecuing on and stuff, man? Yeah, there's grass. It's just not maintained a lot of times by the city. You know how many times that you go to the west or south side of Chicago and there's just garbage in the street? Like, how often do you see the street sweepers, right? There's a lack of just some of the same things that you see in different neighborhoods. They get more attention. Some of it rightfully so, right? Because it's all based on taxes. But there's a lot of city services and stuff that should just be the same across the board. But yo, shout out to this. I know I was late to the game with it, but man, so glad I came across Joyner Lucas. I'm not racist. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We go over stuff like this that's not just spoken word, not just hip hop, but a lot of times just something with a message, something that's bringing something different to the table or getting the conversation going. Man, I love this. This was great and not at all what I expected. Hopefully see you guys soon. Let's check out some more Joyner Lucas and see what else he brings to the table. I'm really interested to see that work that he did with Logic as well as Eminem. We already did go over the one with J. Cole. That was a sick song. But yo, look forward to seeing you guys on the channel later.